Jessica here. I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. It's 10:06 a.m. in Chiang Mai, Thailand. That's where I am right now. I'm coming back home actually in a couple of months. I'm coming back on March 31st, which I'm really excited about. I am loving my life here. I love, love, love it. I'm definitely coming back here. But I also have work to do in Toronto, so I'm excited to come back, do that work, and then leave again. So if you are in Toronto and if you want to meet up, I will be there from April to September-ish, around there. I'm going to Burning Man in August, so I won't be there in August, but I will be there as much as possible. So message me. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about something that's been kind of irking me because I've been meeting a lot of people in Chiang Mai, and I found one deterrent in Chiang Mai to be that because it's so freaking cheap to live here, you can live on, $700-800 a month sometimes. Some people are good enough with that. I am not. I live on much more than that. But you can live on really small amounts of money. I know some people who are living in India on 300 USD a month, which is insane. But that's possible because India is it's cheaper, but the internet is not that great. But Chiang Mai, you can live on a very small amount of money, so you don't actually need to be making a lot of money. And so if you have enough savings, it'll last you a while. And you can actually, if you earned in euros and you saved in euros, or you earned in dollars or pounds, something, it really will last you a long, long time, right? You can live here for a year or 2 years without actually needing to work. And I think that causes a lot of people to kind of feel like there's nothing that they're really alive for. I spoke to an individual a couple of days ago, and he makes enough money to, survive, and he owns his own place here because he lived here for a while and he's worked here for 6 years. And I could sense that he'd kind of reached a point in his life where he was like, what is this all about? What am I really doing here? Why am I here? Everything is so easy that he felt like there was no challenge in his life anymore. He just didn't feel like doing anything because he really didn't need to do anything. He's making enough money from what he's doing, that like very little work, whatever he's doing, that he doesn't actually need to do anything else. So there is no pressure. There is nothing pushing him to become more. Only something inside of him that's telling him, you can do more than this. You're better than this. That was the only thing that was kind of pushing him, but he really doesn't need to do anything because he has enough money to survive, to live a really great life actually in Chiang Mai. Because again, you don't need a lot of money to live a great life here. So in that regard, a lot of times what happens when I speak to these people is that they end up reading a lot, which is great, and they start learning a lot, they do a lot of workshops, but then their life becomes a series of workshops. And they go to workshop day in, day out. They go to one workshop here and one workshop there, and their whole days are a series of workshops. And that's great because they're learning so much stuff. They're learning about Tantra Yoga, they're learning about yoga itself, they're learning about conscious communication, they're learning about all of these amazing topics. But when I see and I speak to them and I talk to them, I feel like they're actually feeling like they are unconscious and they are not actually doing anything real with their life because their life becomes a series of learning and not doing. And at that point, I just want to shake them and tell them, stop going to all these workshops, stop doing all this shit, just stop learning and actually start doing work. And that's the hardest thing on this planet, actually, in my opinion, to actually sit down and do some work, any work, whatever work it might be. It might not be necessarily the work you want to do, might necessarily not be the work that you're meant to be doing, it might not be the work that you're going to be doing for the rest of your life, but just actually sitting down and doing some work rather than just talking about it with friends or going to workshops about it. Actually sitting down and doing the work is not only the hardest thing on this planet, but I think it's the most important thing that you can be doing. Instead of worrying about where this work is going to lead you, instead of worrying about if this work is actually what you're supposed to be doing with the rest of your life, instead of worrying about if this work is what your passion is based on, do the work. Start doing something. Start doing anything. Start doing something that's going to propel you to the future. Because the point of all of this is actually to do stuff. We're here to actually make things happen. We're not here to consume things. We're not here to be subjected to communication. We're not here to actually just consume things and just be here. We're actually here to make shit happen. And I think that's the only time you actually feel truly alive is when you're doing things related to what you're supposed to be doing with your life. There's some talent that you have. For me, it's writing and doing these videos. So I do them on a regular basis. I do them every single day. Even though I don't know where these videos are leading to, even though I don't know where my writing is leading to, I mean, I'm writing all these ebooks, I'm publishing them. I don't know where it's going to lead to. I don't really care actually where it leads to. I don't care if it actually leads to me winning a Nobel Peace Prize or whatever. You know, I'm just making stuff up. But I'm just saying there is nothing that I'm working towards in general. I'm just doing this on a regular basis. I'm going to keep on writing. I'm going to keep on doing these videos every single day because this is what I'm meant to be doing on this planet. The rest of it will just work out on its own. The rest of it, which is what my life is supposed to be about and what's the bigger picture and all that stuff, all of that will work out on its own. I'm not really worried about that. What I am worried about on a daily basis is, did I do the work? Every single day, every night before I fall asleep, I only fall asleep if I have assured myself that I did the work that I was supposed to do that day, that I used my talents and abilities to the best of my abilities that day as much as possible. If it was a really busy day, even if I did 5 minutes of meditation, it's enough for me. Even if I wrote 2 or 3 words, that's brilliant. Even if I did one tiny little baby video, that's totally fine. But I have to do something every single day that is useful to my talents and abilities. That's using my talents and abilities. Using what I'm here to actually do. Now, that will actually change with time as well. As I keep on doing these videos, maybe I'll become better at it and I'll realize I want to do more live sessions. So maybe I'll go on speaking on stages or things like that. You know, things will change. But the essence of it remains the same, which is I am a storyteller. I love to communicate. I love to communicate my ideas and all of my learnings. And I'm going to do this for the rest of my life in all of the different forms. Writing, podcasts, blogging, books, videos, whatever it might be. All of those things entice me. All of those things use my abilities. So instead of talking about it with friends saying, you know, I wish I could be this, or if I wish I could do that, instead of talking about all that stuff, I'm just doing it. You know, I don't know where it's going to lead to. I really want you guys to remember this. We don't know really where all of this stuff is leading to. We might make up a picture in our head, but is that truly how our life works out? Almost always never like that, right? We have all these ideas. We had all these ideas when we were 20 years old about how life would have turned out. I had ideas. Did my life turn out this way? No, I never imagined I'd be living in Chiang Mai at the age of 33, doing videos, becoming a coach, doing all the cool things I'm doing. Never was that in my plan, right? So we have all these plans in our head. Usually things don't work out that way. So instead of wasting our time making all these plans, worrying about what are things, what we're doing and what that's going to result in, why don't we just do it? Just do it every single day. Do what we're supposed to be doing. Figure out, first of all, what you're supposed to be doing. And that's also, I find, very easy to figure out because it's the stuff that we resist the most. So what are you so afraid of? Do it every single day in a minor, small baby step format. Very, very small so that it doesn't really scare you too much. And just keep on doing it for the rest of your life. It might change, it might flux, it might, you know, become or permutate into something different. Totally fine. It's not a big deal. As long as every single day before you fall asleep, you can tell yourself, I lived today to the best of my ability and I did what I was supposed to be doing with my life. That is all you can tell yourself. That's all you can really do every single day. Most of us, though, we spend a lot of our mental energy on worrying about how is this going to result in something? What am I doing with my life? What if I should be doing this or that? Like just worrying in general about all of this stuff that's absolutely useless. I've been actually reading up a lot about Stoicism, and it's actually been really interesting because I never actually read formally anything about Stoicism. Maybe I read books on it, like related to it, or I don't know what it was, but I've actually been living a lot of those philosophies inadvertently, without even realizing it, without intentionally living them. I just live them on a daily basis, just because that's the way I want to live my life. Not worrying about the future, not worrying about what's happening, going with the flow, realizing that worrying about things that are out of your control is a waste of your time. It's an absolute waste of our time. Just doing what we're supposed to be doing, living life to the best of our abilities is the best really what we can do. That's all we can really do. And doing anything more is beyond our control. So anything that's beyond our control, if we worry about things that are beyond our control, it's actually a waste of my mental energy. I want to spend my mental energy on doing the things that I love doing, not worrying about the things that I cannot control. And Stoicism is actually big on that, is only worrying about things that you actually have control over. And what we have control over is ourselves. That's the only thing that we have control over, is ourselves and our actions. The only thing we have control over is what we are doing on a daily basis, the choices we're making on a daily basis. That's all you can really control. So let's remember that, and let's just focus on that on a daily basis. What are the choices am I making in this moment? Is this a choice I want to make? Is it a choice that I'm making because I'm afraid? What is a choice I really, really want to make? Let's make that choice and keep on living our lives to the best of our abilities. That's all we can really control. That's all we can really do. Worrying or thinking or talking about shit is not going to help. Doing the work is the only thing. I hope this makes sense to you guys. I know it might be a little bit harsh sometimes, the things I say, but it really is things that I wanted to say to a lot of people that I can't say face to face. So I say it on these videos. Maybe it's my courage that I have to bring out, where I have to say these things out loud to people when they're talking about stuff. So maybe that's my prerogative. I hope this helps you. Again, if you guys find this useful, please share it with your friends or invite them into the group. If not, I'll talk to you guys the next time around. Bye for now.